everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Urge Artifacts. Now, I just got home from a long work day, but I was very excited because I got in the mail the newest book from the Siege of Terra, Horus Heresy series, The End in the Death, Part 2 by Dan Abnett. And I see I got the limited edition number 312. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a little unboxing, a little preview of this book. We're going to take a look at it. We are going to go through the Dramatis Personae. There won't be spoilers besides the character list and maybe a couple of my thoughts I add in there. So if you just want to get a preview of the book, come take a look with me. So here we are, big box as usual, very heavy already. Like I said before, number 312. Let's open it up. So first thing, we have the Eye of Horus sticker on this one. And let's break the seal. All right, and the Eye of Horus once again. So second to last book, we have the Eye of Horus symbol. So I'm wondering if we'll have something Emperor related for the final one. We shall see. If we look to the side, Volume 2, The End of the Death by Dan Abnett. And let's read the quote on the back. The earth convulses and splits, wrenching open abyssal canyons and fire-breathing gulfs that swallow the loyalists and traitor ranks alike, or gargantuan sinkholes that belch volcanic rage. Only the final fortress remains. Okay, great quote. Now, here we are from the side. This is a lot of pages, and I am really excited for this book. I love The End in the Death, Part 1. I know some people didn't like it as much, but I thought there was just so much good lore with regards to the Emperor and all the Malcador stuff. I'm very excited to see where the whole Dark King prophecy goes and how that's going to work out and so forth. So really pumped. Let's take a look in the first couple pages. So here we got the picture from the cover art of the main book that we've seen. This book's going to be all about Sanguinius versus Horus as its ultimate battle. And if you read the interview by Abnett, the Emperor and Horus will be the final battle. So there is The End in the Death, Dan Abnett's signature again, 312 out of 2500. And I'll say it again, I was really pumped about 3 books. I had a feeling it was going to be 3 books when they announced the first one. But it is exciting that we are getting to the end. The color picture. Here is the volume, The End in the Death, Volume 2. Now, if you don't want to have any spoilers about the Dramatis Personae, I would stop. We are going to go through it, so be forewarned. All right, so let's take a look at the internal map. The haunting dream, a fell vision of the ship that was once the vengeful spirit, now a twisted nightmare. A domain of madness and ruin. There's no time, no meaning, no geography that remains. All roads leads to the hell of the warp. There is no light. There is no light. Very interesting. So this is really cool. We have a map of the vengeful spirit. So I think this is the first time, at least that I know, that we've had kind of an internal layout of one of these Gloriana-sized ships. And first thing I'm seeing is that it's showing the locations of all our big 4 people that teleported onto the ship. So first we have over here the Captain General. So this is where Valdor is, and you can see a lot of like warp and demonic ichor right over there, and where we left them off in the last book. That makes a lot of sense. We have Sanguinius, the great angel, and we knew from the last book, like I said, a little bit of spoilers here, he had a direct line to Horus, so it'll make sense that he is the first one there. The Arch Traitor with Horus right in the middle. Won't say much more about that. We got the Praetorian over here, and this makes sense given the events of the last book. Won't give any spoilers if you haven't read it yet. And then we have the Emperor Mankind, so he's on the opposite side of the ship, it looks like, from the others, and they're all away from each other, kind of like the warp in Horus intended it to be. This is pretty neat down here. This looks like kind of like a mockery of the Aquila, instead with maybe Horus's symbol in there. And then aside from that, it's just like a bunch of skulls and art and everything. So always cool to look at these as you're reading the book and referring back to it. Moving on from the map to the Dramatis Personae. So let's go through this. So we have the Emperor, the Master of Mankind, last and first Lord of the Imperium, Horus Lupercal, our two biggest characters. Now let's go to Defenders of Terra. So Malcador, Constantine, Valdor, Sanguinius, and Vulcan. So not much different there. We got the big list of custodes. We won't stay too much on that. A lot of custodes. Some Sisters of Silence. The Chosen of Malcador. Okay, and there's Garviel Loken. We have officers. All right. The Lords of Terra. Okay, we've seen these guys before. The Imperial Fist. So we have Archimus, Ron, and I do not see Sigismund, which is surprising unless he's on the other page. Sigismund, great. Phew, I was going to be a little ticked off if we didn't have Sigismund in this book. We got the White Scars. We got the Blood Angels. Okay, good list of Blood Angels right here. A lot of our top guys, so hopefully there's some good featured stuff with them. More Blood Angels over here. The Shattered Legions. Okay, so we're going to get our crew of like extra characters with our remaining Salamanders, Space Wolves. We even got a Raven Guard in there, and even got an Iron Hand in there. So we'll see what happens with these. The Dark Angels, which we know what they're in the middle of right now. I'm actually surprisingly excited about the Dark Angels. I thought they were a good addition to the Siege that I didn't expect at all. And they obviously have a very pivotal plot line going on right now. Imperial Army. All right. Prefectus. Okay, Mauer, we've seen them. The Interrogators. The Citizens Conclave. And there we go. We got Katsuhiro, who everybody's favorite guardsman, still around. He's been our human perspective character that's kind of been in every book for the most part. So it's good to have a common thread like him. The Traitor Hosts. Okay, Abaddon. That's great. We need more Abaddon here. So we got the Sons of Horus. A lot of Sons of Horus, which makes sense. The Death Guard. Okay, all makes sense. Erebus, which is good. And there's some Night Lords. Ahriman from the Thousand Suns. Dark Mechanicum. Others. And the Long Companions. So if I went quick through that and you want to pause the video to see those lists a little bit more in detail, be my guest. But great list of characters. Very happy. We got Valdor. We got Dorn in the busts. We have Erebus and we have Sanguinius. Okay, very interesting. And we are going to pause it right here for those who bear witness. An interlude. And then very quick, let's look at our art in the back. We have a Rabut Guliman. And it looks like Alfarius, or Omegon, should we say, or both of them. And without showing the last page, I just looked at how many pages are in this book. 732 pages. So significantly the biggest one we've had so far. So 732 pages. That's awesome. And quickly to compare, I got Volume 2 next to Volume 1. You can see Volume 1 was a very big book, but Volume 2, I believe, is at least 100 pages longer, and we still have Volume 3 to go. Okay, so there we have it, everybody. End in the Death Part 2. Beastly book, the biggest of the series thus far. Really pumped to get this one going. I hope you enjoyed that little sneak peek. I like to do those with the Siege. I will definitely do another one for the last one. If you'd like to chat a little bit about the book, feel free to leave a comment. I love talking Horus Heresy. And otherwise, stay tuned for upcoming videos of other artifacts and collectibles. Keep on collecting, keep on having fun, and have a great day. Thank you for watching.